Alright, going into our final match with budget mono blue Affinity in Modern. Opponent's playing a Yorion deck. Oh. This hand makes a 4/4. That's all that it does. I think I got a mulligan. This hand's not great either. I don't want to go further though. I'll keep. Wait, no. Cancel. Get rid of Mirror Enforcer. I don't think that this hand can beat the Yorion deck. Gotta draw well. That's not drawing well. Alright. Play Silver Bluff Bridge, pass the turn. Like, we have cranial platings, but we just don't have an ability to create a board that's relevant to it. Opponent casts Abundant Harvest, gets a Spreading Seas. Plays an Arid Mesa. Plays a fancy Arid Mesa at that. We don't have another land. We are already in danger. Maybe I should have mulliganed again. I really don't like going to 5 with Affinity though, because it feels like this deck very much relies on having as many cards as possible available to you. Opponent plays Teferi, so our Metallic Rebuke now doesn't do anything. Probably bounces our land, yeah. Yeah. We draw another land, it doesn't matter. Probably just going to concede soon. We'll wait and see more of what our opponent's doing, but I really don't want to feel... I don't really feel like waiting for a Yorion deck to do something. That sounds very dull. We about have enough mana to actually start casting spells. Opponent plays Spreading Seas, that doesn't really matter. Unless you have an artifact destruction spell. Then it would be hilarious, but hilarious in the way that makes me very sad. Play Tanglepool Bridge. We can cast Thoughtcast now. Thoughtcast resolves. I'm kind of surprised by that. But alright. I'll take what I can get. Currently costs 2. We'll play another Thoughtcast since the first one resolved. Play a Frogmite. Play a Sojourner's Companion. Play another Sojourner's Companion. Pass the turn. Alright, we did the things. We did them very late. But we did do things. Opponent cashes in Teferi to bounce a thing. Makes me think that he doesn't have any Wraths. Which is always nice to know. It also means that Metallic Rebuke can do something again now. And that's great. We might be able to kill him actually now. I don't think, like, of course not this turn, but... Okay, Fury, that hurts things. Oh, is our opponent playing... Okay, our opponent seems to be playing a Yorion version of the Elementals deck that we played against earlier. Okay, Fury... Ephemerate's Fury? Unholy Heat. That's annoying. Alright, Sojourner Companion down. We definitely can't get in with Cranial Plating currently, as we don't have any boys. Let's play Mistfall Bridge. We definitely want to leave up Metallic Rebuke. How much is Sojourner's Companion currently? It's 2. But he already knows about it. Let's play Cranial Plating. Let's play Sojourner's Companion. Since it only costs 1. We'll pass the turn. We actually have double Cranial Plating equipped next turn, if our opponent somehow doesn't have anything. We can't Metallic Rebuke right now, but I still think that was worth playing the way that we did. Opponent taps for 3, for 4. Plays Omnath. Wish we could have countered that. That would have been nice. But oh well. Plays a Flooded Strand, gains some life. Cracks a Flooded Strand, gets some mana. Yup. Casts a Solitude. Ugh. Jesus. We've got enough value in our deck that we should be able to get out from under this, though. Play Silver Bluff Bridge, play Nettle Cyst. Make a 9/9, pass the turn. Opponent has 4 cards in hand. 5 cards now. They have an Omnath, so they can probably gain life. They have a Wrenn and 6. We can't counter that, so we're not gonna try. I would rather our opponent get the 5 mana and spend most of it on... spend 8 mana on Yorion and then let us counter the Yorion. That would be nice. Because then we might be able to get back in this. Opponent plays Yorion. We don't want them to do that. Tap, tap, tap. Opponent still has 4 cards in their hand and a bunch of free spells in their deck. An obnoxious amount of free spells. We draw a Thought Cast, that's good. We draw more Thought Casts. That's also good. Play land, play Ornithopter, play Memnite. Equip Frogmite with a Cranial Plating. 1, 2. Play another Cranial Plating, we are empty-handed. Opponent has to block or otherwise answer both of our creatures. Because if one goes unblocked, we will slap Cranial Plating onto it, and then laugh at our opponent's folly. Alright. Opponent takes their beats. Memnite dies to Wrenn and 6. We'll tap for a black mana. Opponent plays. It's a fairy. That's okay, at least we got to use our counterspell. Opponent still needs more removal. Lest they die. Opponent plays Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness gets Unholy Heat. Plays a land, plays Unholy Heat on our Ornithopter. That's obnoxious. Okie dokie. We can draw anything. We can play anything that we draw. We draw Nettle Cyst. This is going to be the biggest Nettle Cyst you've ever seen. Just watch. And we will hold up the block. With our 3322 Germ token that still can't get damage in. Jeez. We need to draw some Thought Monitors already. We've drawn all the Thought Casts, so we're out of those. Opponent plays an Omnath, gets to draw a card, gets to start gaining life. Make some mana. Wow, Omnath. Opponent plays Time Warp. Okay. It's not infinite turns yet. It's just an obnoxious amount of turns. Spreading Seas are thing. Okay. Takes us off of a black mana for Cranial Plating. That's kind of unfortunate. It's like they knew. Expressive Iteration. I'm just going to hit 6 so that I don't waste any additional time that I don't need to. What do I want against them? Metallic Rebuke seems good. Edge Champion seems good. I don't remember what I brought in against... I don't remember what I brought in against them last time. That's hilarious. Maybe I bring in the Stubs too and just rely on countering Teferi. Or killing Teferi. Opponent bounces Nettlecyst, or opponent Prismaticans, the Nettlecyst token. Thought Monitor, okay. Good start. Please don't counter this. Hooray. Oh my god, we're doing it. We're doing it. All the way with the Thought Monitors. Opponent could Desperation take an extra turn. We're gonna Nettlecyst on an Ornithopter. Opponent gets some life. We Nettlecyst on a Thought Monitor. We pass the turn. This has been a ridiculous game so far. We've drawn so many cards. And we're still, like, barely trying to win. Could you imagine if there was a Yorion being looped right now? I think the game would have just ended already. Opponent cashes into Fairy. Probably going to take an extra turn with Ewit. Opponent doesn't have infinite turns with Wrenn and 6 yet, but are very, very close to it. So they might be able to get it. We'll see. Hopefully not. Eternal Witness. Yup. Do I bring in Tormod's Crypts just to stop this Eternal Witness time warp stuff? It seems so specific. It seems so very specific, but it might be worth it. I think I bring in all the counter spells because they don't seem too afraid to ditch their Teferis. So that means even if one resolves, I might be able to counter some stuff afterward, which is nice. I think opponent might have to Desperation Time Warp here. I don't know if they have another Time Warp in their deck, but they probably have more Eternal Witnesses. So we'll see. I don't know how long I'm going to sit through the infinite turns thing, because if they do get infinite turns, I don't know how long I'm going to sit there for it, because I might just want to see what they're playing. Prismatic End. Well, it's not another Eternal Witness, so that's good news at least. Got rid of one of the Nettlecysts, which is moderately annoying. Gets a Vista, Wrenn and 6. In a turn, we'll be able to ultimate, and then I presume take infinite turns. Sojourner's Companion. So Sojourner's Companion means we have double black mana and can still attack with everything. Equip. Equip Cranial Plating to a Thought Monitor. Wrenn and 6, Wrenn and 6, opponent. Cracks Flooded Strand. I should have main phase equipped that cranial plating too so I could move one. That was dumb. I'm just hamming it up today. Opponent's at 42. We just go for the kill, right? I think I have to go for the kill instead of trying to kill Ren in 6. I definitely should have moved that cranial plating onto something main phase though, instead of just thinking that I was going to do it afterward. Because that was dumb. So they have a removal spell, clearly. They have a path. That's alright. We still get to deal some damage to our opponent and get Ren and 6 off of ult. So... equip. Equip. Pass the turn. Opponent's down to 25, which is kind of hilarious to say, because they took about 1 million damage there. Opponent took like 16 damage and went down to 25. Spreading Seas. Gets rid of our Black Source, which is moderately obnoxious. And opponent concedes. Awesome. Alright. So, what do we want to bring in? We want Metallic Rebuke. We want... Etch Champions seem good. Etch Champion seems very good. They gave us plenty of time to take advantage of them. I don't think Nettle Cyst is the best, but it was pretty good that game, so I'm going to leave at least one in. I think I take out the welding jars. I think I cut a Mirror Enforcer, add a stub. Cut a Mirror Enforcer, add a stub. I think that's all I do. They haven't seen Emery, which is nice. We still have pretty much the core of the deck. We have Etch Champions for grindy matchups that can carry Cranial Plating and Nettle Cyst really well. Hopefully we can just repeat, for the most part, what we did there. This hand's okay. It's not the fastest, but it has 2 Metallic Rebukes. So as long as they don't play... As long as either we play a cheap artifact early, or they don't play Teferi on turn 3, we should be good. And they're playing an 80 card deck, so like, surely... Sure, this has bitten me in the ass a few times, but they're playing an 80 card deck, so surely they don't have turn 3 Teferi, right? Surely. Opponent plays Rogran Triome. Says go. We'll play Razortide Bridge. Pass the turn. That way, if they want a Spreading Seas on turn 2, they don't take us off of black mana like they would if we played Mistfall Bridge on turn 1. Opponent plays a Misty, cracks it. Plays Ren and 6. Annoying. Not looking forward to another game of them having Ren and 6 the entire time. We'll play Mistfall Bridge, pass. We have stub now, so if they play 3 mana Teferi, we can get them with the 4 spike. We're going to need to pressure this Ren and 6 pretty soon. They don't have Teferi this turn. They have Abundant Growth instead. That's fine. Abundant Harvest gets an Eternal Witness. That's annoying. Plays an Alpine Moon. I don't care about that. I'm not playing Urza's Saga. Wonder if he still names Urza's Saga anyway. That'd be funny. He'd be the second person that has Alpine Moon to Urza's Saga when I haven't played Urza's Saga. It's like a cheat code. And if he Alpine Moons any other land in my deck, that's fine. Don't care about their abilities other than to tap for mana. Okay. Hits or is a Saga? We don't care. We draw Midnight. So we go Darksteel Citadel. Memnite. How much mana is this? It's 3 currently. Play Thoughtcast. Play Springleaf Drum. It's 2. Pass the turn. I want to leave up counter spells while playing Sojourner's Companion so that I can effectively pressure Wrenn and 6 with it. Ugh. Forgot about how bad Memnite was against Wrenn and 6. Now I don't have Metallic Rebuke up. This sucks. Alright, Yorion goes to hand. Hopefully nothing else happens. Opponent passes. Cool. We play Darksteel Citadel. We play a Cranial Plating. We play a Thought Monitor. We get a free Sojourner's Companion. We get to draw 2 here. And we have 2 counterspells up, at least. Memnite again. Well, we will actually play Memnite out into the Wrenn and 6 again, because if he wants to down tick it, it means Sojourner's Companion can kill Wrenn and 6. Where it wouldn't necessarily be able to otherwise. Pass the turn. Opponent has 7 cards in hand. We have a bunch of counters. Stubborn Denial is a 1-mana negate currently. And Metallic Rebuke is essentially a 1-mana mana leak. So both reasonably good cards. Reasonably good. Downticks. That's fine. Plays a land, passes. Okay. We will play a Thought Monitor. Draw 2. Ooh, we got another Thought Monitor. Do we even pressure the Wrenn and 6 at this point? Maybe we just go after our opponent. Let's Cranial Plating up. Sojourner's Companion. Attack, attack. Opponent plays Solitude. They played it for free, so we can't counter it. That's fine. We gain 1,000,000 life. Opponent Ephemerates. Alright, we'll stop that, because that seems very obnoxious. Actually, we will stub it with the Thought Monitor. Oh, I don't have a big... Oh my god, I'm stupid. I'm so bad at this game. I'm so bad at this game. My god. Gotta concede in shame from that. Alright, let's equip up Thought Monitor. Turn on our stub that's in our graveyard. I feel so stupid. Jesus. At least we're gonna gain more life now. So unfortunate. Well, we still have a Cranial Plating, and we have a Thought Monitor and a Nettle Cyst in our hand. That Solitude Ephemerate was such a blowout, though. Alright, play your Yorion. Did they put it? Yeah, they already put it in hand. Surely they play Yorion now. I can't believe I ran out that stub. That's just a 4 spike. That was so stupid. It was like crazy stupid. Plays Omnath. Well, we're definitely saying no to that. Because that's some bullshit. Don't want our opponent to start getting Omnath value. Opponent returns Windswept Heath. Hopefully we can get a reasonable board back in time for it to matter, since now it's more difficult. They still have a Solitude in play, so if they get any more Ephemerates, we'll be in danger. Prismatic Ends or Cranial Plating. Ugh. Okay. We will play Nettle Cyst. Living Weapon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play Thought Monitor. Draw 2. Play Thoughtcast. Draw 2. I mean, we're good at drawing more draw spells. That's something at least. We'll pass, leave up Metallic Rebuke again. Hopefully our opponent won't do anything other than try to play Yorion this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can get up to 7. We can still Metallic Rebuke the Yorion. Cracks Misty. Opponent's down to 14. Getting closer and closer to Nettle Cyst being able to kill them. 1, 2, 3. Eternal Witness. That's obnoxious. It's obnoxious, but it resolves. So that gets Ephemerate. Opponent passes. So opponent has a loop with that now. We Thoughtcast. Draw some cards. Again. We drew Cranial Plating. That's interesting. Let's play Blink Moth Nexus, play Cranial Plating. Move to combat. Attack. 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 And we'll play Emery afterward. We gain more. Round 6 takes 4. Which I guess is good news. Is there an Ephemerate in exile already too? There is. That's really obnoxious. I think we just go ahead and counter this. No, we can't. Well, hold on. Tap, tap, tap. Well, tap, tap, tap. Yeah, we gotta let that go if we want to play Emery. Hopefully he doesn't get Time Warp, because then Time Warp, Eternal Witness, Ephemerate is just gonna kill us. Round 6 still takes a little bit. Not much, though. Emery. Springleaf Drum. Pass the turn. Alright, there's a bunch of Ephemerates. Ewit gets Ephemerate. How do we even get through this? Can we? The thought monitors are exiled, so Emery can't get those back. Omnath. Opponent pays for Omnath. Yep. Pretty sure we can't get back in this game from where we are. That misplay with the stubborn denial for sure cost the game, because we would have been able to start dealing with the ephemerates if I had remembered the 4 power clause on it. Very unfortunate. Exiles Emery, that's fine. Expressive iteration. I am curious to see what our opponent sideboarded in. And I'm sure we'll see it eventually, whatever it is. Animate Blink Moth Nexus. Equip a cranial plating to it. Begin combat. Attack you. Attack you. Attack you. See what happens. We know he has an ephemerate. Ephemerates targets Solitude. It's fine. Okay. I mean, we're still killing Omnath here, right? Yeah, I think he just let us kill Omnath. Okay. Because he didn't wait on the ephemerate for some reason. We're at 1,000,000 life. Ephemerate's Eternal Witness, picks up Ephemerate. Yup. Like, we don't really have a way to get out of this anymore. Especially since we've drawn so many of our own thought casts, but I just want to see more information about their deck if I can. Prismatic End. Spreading Seas on our Blinkmoth Nexus. Okay. Don't have any creatures now. Tax us for 3, that's fine. We have so much life to take it with. Opponent cracks up Misty. Gets a Steam Vents tapped. It's fine. Or a Steam Vents untapped even. It's crazy. Plays Expressive Iteration. Spreading Seas. What sideboard cards did they have for us? Pass the turn. We've seen Alpine Moon, but I'm sure that they have other stuff. That's sort of what I'm fishing to see right now. Eternal Witness gets Omnath. That's fine. Yup. Omnath. Opponent attacks, yep. We take it. We will go ahead and Thoughtcast again, since we drew one. We will pass the turn. Since merely 2 Ornithopters isn't enough for us currently. If we start drawing our Etch champions, that actually might help. They can ult Ren and 6, which just means that they have infinite prismatic ends now. We've seen all the Thoughtcast. We have seen 3 of the Thought Monitors and the Emery. God, we're in a terrible spot right now. We just don't have good draws, really. If we had seen... It's possible that we would have been able to win the game if we had played early Etch champions. But that seems like a stretch. We'll go ahead and play out these Ornithopters. Yup. Bolts our Ornithopter, that's fine. Bolts our Ornithopter, yep. Ren and 6 again. Alright, I'll see what I draw, but I'm going to concede after that. Got a Spire Bluff Bridge, yeah. Alright, so maybe I need to remember what... Maybe I need to remember what Stubborn Denial says in the future. Tormod's Crypt seems like it might be necessary. Let's see, Tormod's Crypt can come in. I can cut a Memnite since that's bad against Ren and 6, and I can cut... I think I cut Emery or Nettle Cyst. What are the chances that they can't kill Emery? I think it's pretty low. Nettle Cyst was decent. I think I gotta cut it though. Alright, so we can bring in Tormod's Crypts, we can... Needle also could be good, but Tormod's Crypt at least stops the Eternal Witness stuff. And that was very annoying. So let's play it like that. We'll see what happens. We had a pretty slow start last game, but we did also have a handful of cards that we wanted from the sideboard, and it still didn't work out. Won the die roll, yes. Alright, fingers crossed to just steamroll this game. Pretty good hand to start. It needs a finisher, but it has the engine. We didn't see any Force of Negations from them. Alright, Darksteel Citadel, Springleaf Drum, Memnite, Ornithopter, Frogmite, Thoughtcast. What do we draw? All lands, wow. Alright, jeez. That's bad. That's bad that we draw lands. Alright, so we need more good cards. We need to draw more good cards. Solitude. You have Ephemerate for the Solitude already? Oh my god, he has Ephemerate for the Solitude. That's so obnoxious. So that's gonna kill all of our creatures. Ugh. And we drew another land off the top. That's crazy. Alright. So Memnite's gonna go away. Our opponent has a 3/2. Surely we should draw some non-lands soon. Because all this life gain, we have a decent padding, at least. What did opponent exile to the Solitude and Omnath? Okay. We can still cast most of our spells. Ornithopter is not the best. I'm just going to play a tapped land past the turn. We need more thought casts so that we can get back in this. 20 all. Opponent plays Teferi, it looks like. Puts Yorion in hand, okay. We draw a Mirror Enforcer. Okay. Mirror Enforcer is something. It blocks the Solitude all day. Opponent passes, they don't have removal for it. Ooh, Edge Champion's a good draw. Alright. Let's attack for 4. Opponent takes it. We play Edge Champion. Pass the turn. So opponent can Yorion to get a Solitude trigger and get rid of Mirror Enforcer, but they can't get rid of our Etch Champion. Opponent plays another Solitude. Okay, that's annoying. Maybe we'll draw a counterspell for the Yorion then. Because these Solitudes are actually easier to deal with because of the Etch Champion than a Yorion would be. Okay. Drew a Thought Monitor. More draw cards, please. We'll go ahead and play the Frogmite, pass the turn. Thought Monitor is what we wanted to draw, but we keep drawing more lands. And we're only playing 17 of them. We have nearly half of our lands in play currently. There's only 11 lands left in the deck. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, they're solituding both of these, which is fine. We get to gain more life. Hopefully we draw good things. Drew a Sojourner's Companion. It's a spell. We'll keep Ornithopter in hand for now. Opponent plays a Time Warp. Alright. Time Warp to attack for 4. That's fine. It's an Explorer that attacks us. We're at 20. Opponent plays Abundant Growth and draws a card. Hopefully we get more Thoughtcast effects. That would be great. Or counterspells would be great too. But really Thoughtcasts into counterspells. Well, we don't want counterspells anymore. Never mind. Ixnay on the counterspells. No more counterspells, please. I've never wanted a counterspell less in my life than I do right now. Teferi returns Abundant Growth to hand, so we're going to be able to blink Moth Nexus to attack Teferi at least. We have a stub now. Okay. Let's attack Teferi. Let's attack Teferi with... Do we attack him with Etch Champion? I think we definitely want Teferi gone, so I think it's worth going shields down to Solitudes. We'll play out Ornithopter so we can chump block if we need to. Pass the turn. Stubborn Denial is on. We have a 4/4. I will try to remember that. Prismatic Ending. That's fine. It doesn't get rid of our 4/4. We block a Solitude. Takes 7. Opponent ephemerates. We stub for real this time. We go to 13. Untap. We draw a Thoughtcast. We cast it. We draw a Cranial Plating and a Mistfall Bridge. Let's attack for 14 since the Sojourner's Companion isn't doing anything else. We might be able to get there next turn with the Etched Champion. We're definitely blocking... I think we're likely blocking Yorion with the Blink Moth. Maybe not. No. Not this turn. Opponent cracks Wooded Foothills. Opponent gets a mountain. Is at 5. And plays Eternal Witness. Gets Ephemerate. Prismatic End. Ugh. Prismatic End on the cranial plating might kill us. Alright, so we need to draw another cranial plating now. We draw a Metallic Rebuke. What does that mean? We go to combat. We can attack with Sojourner's Companion and Etched Champion. They have an Ephemerate in their hand that we can counter. And then we can chump Yorion with Blinkmoth Nexus. That seems decent. Seems like a decent plan. Counter that. Definitely not. Opponent takes 2. No cards in opponent's hand. They need a draw. Otherwise we get them. There's 6 because of the lifelink. They drew a Fury. Ugh. So they can kill our Sojourner's Companion. Alright. We chump block Yorion. Alright, we need an out. We need an out right now. Island. Oh, it's not an out. Alright, we pass. We have one more draw, depending on what our opponent draws, if anything. Because we can block Fury, take 6. And if they didn't draw anything good, we still have another turn to get a cranial plating. If they drew a lightning bolt or a Wrenn and 6, we die. They did not. Okay. Please. Did we get it? We did it! Oh my god. Alright. So that was way better than I expected it to go. That was a 4-1 with a 17 ticks deck. I am more than pleased with how that deck worked out. More than just the fact that the deck is decent, Thought Monitors and Thoughtcasts in a very heavily aggressive deck are such a blast to play with. In one of the practice games that I was playing warming up for this, I played my entire hand on turn 1, made like 16 power, and my opponent scooped because I just had a bunch of like Sojourner's Companions and Mirror Enforcers that I was able to play immediately with. I think I went like... We saw some hands sort of like it, where I played Thoughtcast on turn 1, and then I drew a couple Frogmites, and then I played a couple Mirror Enforcers, like that kind of stuff. The deck can be crazy sometimes. Of course, if your opponent plays a Karn the Great Creator, or a Collector Oof, or, God forbid, a Stony Silence, you just die. But wow, that was a lot of fun. Alright, I will see you next week.